Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more. Let's play Phantasy Star 4 The End of the Millennium. We have reached the end. Oh my, you were actually able to get your hands on that. Trust the Reverend Fifth One to be able to pick the one with ability. Chaz now has the sacred sword Alcidian, which apparently contains the spirits of departed heroes from past Phantasy Star games. We have learned the truth behind the conflict involving the profound darkness and dark force. Unsurprisingly, it appears that this is a life or death situation for us. If we do not destroy the profound darkness, it is going to destroy us, because all of Algo is a seal being used to keep it sealed away within its dimension, and it wants to escape. And the only way for it to escape is to kill us all. So we have to kill it first. The stakes are very high, as they generally are in JRPGs. Ah, you made it, Chaz. Raja, are you okay now? And Kyra, you're here too. A minor sickness like that couldn't keep me in bed. Take me with you. There's reassurance in numbers. Since I'm so reliable, I'll accompany you. Raja and Kyra, thank you. We automatically get sent to Motavia, where we meet the rest of the crew. Han, Grizz, and Demi too. Hey Chaz, you seem to have become stronger since we last met. I was scolded by Pana, but I came anyway. The system is finally stabilized. Now I can go with you. Everybody, thank you so much. Demi, what is this disaster you reported? Well, a large hole suddenly opened north of Piata. The life forms around that hole are dying one after the other. Huh. Sounds similar about what happened around Tyler, that part about the large hole at least. But there's no gas or radiation emissions coming from the hole. There is no need to verify it. We knew as soon as we arrived in Motavia. It's all due to the black energy wave, and a pretty strong one at that. It's the profound darkness. He finally opened the door from the other dimension. Chaz, let's go. Isn't this the last battle? Really, you guys need taking care of. I'll be your big sister and look after you. Well, seeing that we're all here, I'd like all of you to go, but there are only 5 rings of the stars to protect us from the power of the darkness. So that means we have to choose one person to take. All right. So we have all of our previous companions to choose from. At least the game comes up with a plot reason why we can only take one of them, instead of all of us storming the evil dimension together, which would make a lot more sense. So here's Han. Chaz, to tell you the truth, since that time I've been secretly training, so that I would be able to be of more help to you guys. Please, take me with you. Chaz, are you going to take Han? I haven't decided. Okay, I guess it can't be helped. Good luck. Grizz. Pana says it's pitiful that you'd come back for her sake. I'm pretty sure by you he means him. Pitiful that he'd come back for her sake. That's what she says. And she says I don't have to put up with things for her sake. She's all right. Chaz, let me make amends. Let's go together. That's too bad. I'm counting on you for my part too. And there's Raja. A tour of Motavia has long been my dream. I want to go and see all the famous places. I had better hurry and clean everything up. How about it? If you take me, you won't have a moment of boredom. Ha ha ha! I see. Well, I'll be waiting for you, so get the job done quickly. Kyra. My buddies at Mies were kind enough to tell me not to worry about the future. They told me to go. After all, Chaz and everyone will be benefactors of Desolus. This part doesn't seem to have gone through much of an editing pass, does it? The dialogue here is pretty wonky. Benefactors? Oh, Chaz, take me along. Wouldn't I be of some help to you? I see. I'll be waiting, Chaz. Be sure to come back. And tiny little Demi. The systems in Motavia are completely functioning now. I can accompany you without any misgivings. You can't have the person in charge of Motavia not go. Well, I understand. I entrust everything to all of you. Okay, so I believe that Raja is the most popular choice, generally regarded as the strongest to take along because of his excellent healing skills, the best healing skills in the game. And his Saint Fire ability is really good against the final boss. But I have nothing against Raja. He's a great character. But I think I'm actually not going to go with Raja, even though he's probably the best. Just to, I don't know, be a little different from the norm. Now, Grizz is a little bit of a one-trick monkey. He hits things hard with his axe, and that's about all he does. And that is certainly not valueless, but he's one of the weaker choices that you can bring along with you to the final battle. Probably the weakest choice. The other three, I guess, are in the middle. Han has indeed been training and learned some new tricks in our absence. He's not a bad healer. He has some decent abilities. But I'm not going to be taking Han along, I don't think. Demi, along with Grizz, is probably one of the weaker choices. Partly because she's an android, so like Ren, normal healing doesn't work on her, which means in a turn after which the party just took a heavy beating from a group attack, in addition to one of our characters having to use a group restore, like Nasar or whatever, both of the androids would be able to do nothing that turn as they both have to recover themselves. So your action economy would really take a hit from that. And then there is Kyra, who, as we remember, is quite versatile, has some decent healing abilities, basically a good all-rounder. I'm actually going to see about taking Kyra along with us. My buddies at Mies, yeah, we got this. Alright, Kyra, you're with us. Yes. Right on! Just leave it up to your big sister Kyra. Alright, so how defensive is she compared to the rest of the party? 127. What? Wait, Rune has more defense than Kyra. When did that happen? Interesting. Oh, is she still wearing her previous armor? That may be the problem. Okay, I'm just going to have to go get her some better armor, and maybe then she'll have halfway decent defense. Okay, well, let's get that taken care of. Now, I won't make you watch me get better gear for Kyra, so I'll rejoin you after I'm done doing that. Okay, I had not realized this, but the Reflect Robe was already the best equipment for Kyra. I'd forgotten she really can't equip good armor. I guess that's one of her downsides as a character. Anyway, what I did do, though, was I took the Guardian Robe off of Rune and replaced it with the Reflect Robe, and then put the Guardian Robe onto Kyra, and then moved her above him in the party order. Simply because Rune has... we can just see it on the right. I don't need to bring up the status screen. Rune has 191 hit points, and Kyra has 246. So giving her better defense and putting her in front of him so that she's the one more likely to take hits seems reasonable. You could also argue that because he has less hit points, Rune should be the one who gets better equipment. Now that I've said that, I've almost convinced myself I should do that, but whatever. We're going to leave things the way they are. This final episode is turning into enough of a chaotic mess already. Alright, we have one last place to go. One place in the game besides the final dungeon we haven't been to yet. Here on Rykros. We return for the final time to the crystalline planet. Oh yeah, let's bring up the talk option and see what our characters have to say about this, shall we? This is the final battle. Let's go! We must face the profound darkness. Yes, Chaz, let's go and do battle together. Operation checks complete. All systems are fully functional. So, let's go. I'm ready anytime you are. Alright, I'm sure you know where we're going. That one tower that wouldn't let us in before. You silly Kulabeller. You can't stand up to the end sphere of the Ice Digger. Begone, servants of darkness. What are you still doing here on Rykros anyway? It's too late. Alright, here we are. The Anger Tower. Let's see if it lets us in this time. Alcidian is shining. A voice is reverberating in my head. O protectors of Algo, the Anger Tower welcomes you gladly. The very fact that this place is called Anger Tower seems a little suspicious, doesn't it? What is one Dark Witch going to do against us? Get out of here. Yeah, you one random mook are going to stop 5 of the heroes of Algol all by yourself. Excuse you. What were we just explaining? Idiot. So aside from the final dungeon, this is the last dungeon of the game, but it's just a dinky little mini dungeon. There's not much here. Get out of here. Wow, Rika one-shots those guys now. Guard mail. Alright, but except we already have guard mail on everybody that matters. Don't we? Oh, I stand corrected. We don't. Chaz doesn't have any. Okay, Guardian mail for you, Chaz. Perfect. And Rika already has it. And then Rune Kyra and Ren can't equip it. Okay, fantastic. Now Chaz has better defense. Keyboard. There. Really acts like I'm going to have to replace the keyboard's battery soon. Man, what is even the point of you guys existing at this point? Get out of here. You're just a temporary inconvenience. And a few more experience points. They just don't learn. They just don't learn. A soul do. Alright, and this... Die. Die, servants of evil. Well, that's annoying. And futile. You didn't even prolong the inevitable. Alright. So Kyra only knows Res, right? Not Sar. Yeah. So Rika will Sar it up. Okay. And I believe the next floor is the top of this little tower. Like I said, just a little mini dungeon. Alice? And where'd the rest of my party go? They're gone. It's just Chaz. What is Alice doing here? Alice, you're dead. What? Alice, you're here on Rykros? Alice? Alice! Hey, answer me, Alice! Yikes, Alice! And Alice attacks us. Well, we have no choice but to defend ourselves. Also, really cool that we get an enemy battle sprite for Alice. It'd be cool if we had one of these for everyone in the party. Well, as long as we have to defend ourselves, let's not hold back. Alice goes down. Alice! Alice! Ah! Who's that? Well, well, Protector, what a weakling you are. Dang, the Keeper of the Anger Tower is a jerk. So you wail and lament for something you know to be an illusion. An illusion? Is that right? You... Ah, your anger, your hatred, it's quite a show of your force of character. Would you like to be able to wholly transform those feelings into strength? Huh? There's a technique to transform emotions of anger and hatred into powers of destruction. Do you want to know about it? Okay, I'm going to make a save state right here. Because here's what happens if we say yes. I see. You say you want to know. If that's the case, show your mastery of the art with your body. What? Don't you understand the true meaning of anger and hatred? It's ridiculous that a fellow like you could consider himself worthy to wield Alcidian. Boss battle. Pretty much unwinnable unless you cheat and hack the game. I think even if your level is maxed out, you cannot win this fight. And he one-shots us with a technique called Megid. And straight to the game over screen. The game does not mess around if you choose the wrong option in that cutscene. So let's load back. No thanks. I saw what happens if I say yes in an alternate universe. Don't mess with me. Huh. Why is that? Even if I won using such a power, it would be meaningless. It would only make us the same as the darkness. I see. You've fought the illusion and yet you haven't lost sight of yourself. Alright. I shall trust you with the technique. The forbidden technique. Megid. Megid? The forbidden technique? There's nothing to be afraid of. It's necessary to feel anger and hatred for humans to be human. Oh. There shouldn't be any danger that you will be corrupted by the power of Megid. Just don't forget your true self. And now, Chaz, if we check his status, he knows Megid, doesn't he? Oh, there it is. It's okay. It's a tech, not a skill. There's Megid. Now in Chaz's list of techs. By the way, I wish I had thought to do this earlier, but what happens if I have Chaz Mumble in here? What? Where is this? Where is everybody? Okay, that's it. Alright, and now we're back with the rest of the party with no fanfare. So, we already saw what Megid looks like when that jerkface, whose name I've already forgotten again, used it on us. We'll go ahead and use it in a random battle just so we can see what it looks like. But, as it turns out, now that we know Megid, there's something else that we can set up as well. A new macro, which involves the 4 permanent members of the party. So I don't think we're going to have any more use for this Tandle High Jammer combo, so I'm going to replace combo A, or macro A. So the ultimate combo attack does not involve the 5th character that you choose. So I'm just going to have Kyra use... Let's see, it's a choice between Negra or Neifoy. I guess I'll go with Neifoy. And then we need to have, I think, Rika cast Debin. And then Ren uses his Pozibolt. And then Rune uses Legion. And finally Chaz activates Megid. Alright. Let's get into some random battles. Check out first Megan, and then this new ultimate combo attack. Ooh, we got a surprise attack. That's perfect. In that case, let's try out the new macro first, since there will be no chance of it getting interrupted. Destruct! 999 damage to all enemies. the ultimate combo attack in the game. Now, I'm not convinced that the combo attack is that great, because I'm not convinced that just using all those abilities individually wouldn't actually be more powerful. But still, it's really cool to have that ultimate combo attack. Let's just have everyone use normal attacks except Chaz, so we can see Megad when he casts it. It costs 30 technique points. See how much damage it does. Okay, over 400 points of damage. Like I said, I'm not convinced Destruct is worth it. I feel like if the rest of the party just used all their ultimate attacks, the damage for the round would be higher anyway. But cool that that exists regardless, and also good that we have Megad now. Alright, we have to Heinous out first. Then Ryuka back to the Silence Temple. Heal up. And now, there's nothing left to do. Nothing other than proceed to the final dungeon of the game and confront the profound darkness. Are you ready? Let's do it! To Motavia. Oh, and another reason that Raja may be the strongest choice is his tech point restoring Ataraxia ability. So if we get utterly wrecked trying to finish the game here, we'll try it again with Raja and see if that goes better. Alright. Well, it was near Mile where everything was going down, so let's Ryuka our way over there. Oh my. The ranch owner is, and he had such great hopes. This is atrocious. They must have been done in by the black energy wave. All these innocent people. This is the fate that awaits all of Algo if we don't put a stop to this. Oh, that poor confused lady sweeping the sand. She'll never sweep it again. Alright, whoa. Oh my gosh, seriously? Get out of here. What are you even thinking? That doesn't look good. That's where we're going. Now, I'm going to try to do this in one run and not have to go in and then come back and do it again, because there's no treasure to be had here. So there are dead ends. And so if you take a bunch of dead ends, then, you know, that can cause problems and cost you resources. But if you just take the right path, then that's the shortest path there is, and you're not missing anything. Now there's one really cool enemy that you can encounter in here. If we don't encounter it on the way to the boss, I might just wander around until we encounter it. Because I honestly don't want to complete this playthrough without seeing it. Chaz, you whiffed. What are the spirits in Alcidian going to think if you perform like that? Hmm? What are they going to think of you? So yeah, this place is trippy. Definitely seems like some kind of extra-dimensional horror space where a sealed evil might live. Lots of fractals. Oh, great, they got initiative on us. Irritating. So I guess all the evil-aligned enemies, this is where they originate from. I guess the Profound Darkness is spawning them here, in the horror dimension, or whatever you want to call it. And then they come out to attack the people of Algo. Good grief, they did a number on us. Oh man. Lots of forking paths here. Oh, I took a wrong path. Not a big deal. Didn't go very far. But now I'm lost. I don't know where I am anymore. Oh my god. And they got initiative on us? Are you serious? Oh, that's so annoying. For one last time, I'm going to complain about what a crappy mechanic that is. Oh, the random number generator decided to hate you. Get wrecked, lose a bunch of hit points unavoidably. At least these guys don't all spawn Tandle. Oh my gosh, really? They're not even dead? Come on. Thank you, Rika. Kyra gained a level. Alright, well, gonna have to heal up a whole bunch after that debacle. Much more of that, and I might be making another trip in here after all. Chaos Springer. A lot of cool enemies in here. Mostly palette swaps of enemies we've seen before, but that's okay. But like I said, there is a defeat axe. We'll hang on to that in case we decide to bring Grizz along for some reason. But there is, like I said, one unique enemy in here that I really want to encounter. I'm not going to complete this playthrough without showing it. Alright. Rika needs more healing. Okay, I think this is the last area before the Profound Darkness. So I'm going to wander around until I encounter the enemy I want to show off. So I won't make you sit through a gazillion random encounters in here. Got him! This is the unfortunately named Prophallus. So I think the reason for this strange name is Dark Force has been translated in a variety of ways. And one of the translations I've seen of Dark Force's name is actually Dark Phallus, which is just a terrible name. But anyway, this thing is a prototype Dark Force, I guess, or a proto-Dark Force might be a better way of putting it. And so it got translated as, like, Protophallus, I guess. So this essentially is an early version of Dark Force, a version of Dark Force that is just beginning to grow and spawn here in the evil dimension. So we're basically encountering an infant Dark Force here. Clearly, as the Profound Darkness gains power, it is just spawning more and more of these things. So anyway, that is really cool that you can encounter a proto-dark force here in the Edge. And it's basically a mini-boss battle that you can encounter as a random battle. So we're going to unload some powerful abilities on it. And this greatly resembles the version of Dark Force that was fought by Alice at the end of Phantasy Star 1. So apparently the version of Dark Force that she fought was a relatively weak infant version. And, I say that, but it did just one-shot Kyra, so don't underestimate this thing. And it's worth a lot of experience points. So this can be a good place to power level because the Pro Phallus is worth so much XP. Although, it is a relatively rare spawn, so you would fight through other enemies that don't have as good of an XP return while you're waiting for Pro Phallus to spawn. But I just think that's really cool. A nice little touch, attention to detail that you can encounter a growing infant Dark Force here in the Edge.